it is easy to look back on the time that we've spent as a mom and wonder, what if I had had different habits during my pregnancy? Or what if I'd made XYZ decisions instead of what I did end up doing postpartum? Would things be different in my journey now? If you've asked yourself these questions, this episode is for you. Welcome to the Tough Love Mom podcast, where you'll get the equipping and encouragement you need to do the hard things that lead to a healthy life. I'm Liz, and I'm a mom just like you. I've struggled in my journey, but I overcame by educating myself and by hearing about moms who had done hard things too. Get ready for the information you want and the motivation you need. You ready, friend? It's tough love time. If you know my story at all, you need to know that the questions I just posed are ones that I found myself asking in the past. And if you don't know my story, just a quick little summary, you can go back to earlier episodes where I tell it. I think episode 1 is kind of like my pregnancy and postpartum journey, but I gained a lot of weight in both of my pregnancies to the point that it made my postpartum journey harder and longer, not just for weight loss, but like overall recovery, how it impacted an injury in my lower back. And it changed my body big time. Like like most moms, lasting marks of pregnancy, partially from weight gain, partially genetics, but I'm forever changed in multiple different ways. And my journey was affected by how my body responded to pregnancy and the choices that I made. Now, I know I'm not the only mom who asks herself these questions or feels this way or who wonders what if and might even experience some guilt. So let's define guilt really quick, because I did use that word in the title of this episode, to lose the guilt for where you're at. So guilt is experiencing a sense of discomfort or distress about your potential responsibility for a negative outcome. So where you're at right now in your journey with your body, how you feel, your confidence, all of that might seem like a negative outcome. And you might feel that sense of distress. But what I want to point out here is, in that definition, there are the words, your potential responsibility. Now, a lot of people go to one end of the spectrum or the other on this. They say, oh, it's all good, do what you want, live your life, it's okay, just be happy. And then the other side is like, be disciplined, make only good choices, da da da. I think there's a place where you can be in both spots. And this potential responsibility, yes, you do have responsibility for the choices you made, but I think we tend to overcompensate and over blame ourselves for where we were at, because I truly believe, and this is where that ability to straddle both positions comes from, is I truly believe that every mom does the best she can with what she knew at that time. You, mama, did the best that you could during your pregnancy, throughout your postpartum journey. You're doing the best you can right now with what you know at this time. Tomorrow, you might know more, but you couldn't have changed what you did today based on what you know now, right? You can't change the past. You can't go back and apply what you've learned since then because you didn't know those things. Okay, so what happened isn't totally your fault, right? Potential responsibility, but what you do moving forward is 100% your responsibility. So pregnancy complications, how you grew up and how that's impacted your habits now, anything from the past you can't change. It's not necessarily your fault or something you need to feel complete guilt over. Again, I believe that we do the best we can with the knowledge we have at that time and the experience that we have at that time. You always are doing the best that you can with what you know. If you care and you're worried about any of that, you are doing that. But the choices that you make now, about food, how you process things, those are your responsibility now moving forward. So just remind yourself of that. Be encouraged today. You did the best that you could with what you knew at that time. And being here, listening to this podcast will only help you be more equipped down the road. From this point on, tomorrow, the next day, the weeks to come, you're only going to get more equipped and be able to respond better to different situations and circumstances to further your health and your life and your impact on your kids. Now, will you be perfectly prepared and knowledgeable for everything that's coming up? No, never. Like, we never will be. But you're here doing the work, and that is something that you can trust in. So you can let go of that guilt for where you're at right now because you did the best you could before. And moving forward, you're going to continue to do the best. You're going to continue to equip yourself, and you can drop the guilt for where you're at today because you're continuing to move forward and equip yourself and learn more and continue to apply what you're learning. So share this with a friend. If it hit home, if this is like the encouragement you needed today, because I think moms need to hear this a lot because we tend to carry around a lot of guilt for a lot of things that we truly can drop if we are doing our best. And I know you are. So share this with a friend so she can be encouraged, whether that's on your social media or just shooting it to another mom friend. Do that. Go encourage someone else with these words today. I love you. I'll chat with you Monday. Get after it. Before you go, thank you for spending this time with me on the Tough Love Mom podcast. If this episode encouraged you in any way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a review letting me know how this show has impacted you. Then send this episode to another mom friend or take a screenshot, post it on social media, and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me on this journey to impact thousands of moms. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you, sister. Until next time, get after it.